Welcome to second PUC Accountancy online classes. Hello, welcome to second PUC Accountancy online classes. In the last session, I have discussed about the partnership deed, the meaning of partnership deed. And let me remind you, an agreement in written form, signed by all the partners and stamped according to Stamp Act, and which contains all the terms and conditions of partnership is called partnership deed. And it has one more name, that is articles of partnership. So partnership deed and articles of partnership means one and the same. Let us know the contents of partnership deed. What are the contents that are there in the partnership deed? First one is name and address of the firm, name and address of the partners. Suppose A, B and C are partners, then the name and address of A, B and C must be there, and the name and address of the firm, the firm name through which they are working as partners, that should be mentioned in the partnership deed very clearly. Second content is type and nature of business. Type of business means what type of business they are going to start or they are running, like A, B and C, three partners join together to start a hotel business, restaurant business, or any other business for that matter, that what they are going to do, that should be mentioned. And nature of business. Nature of business means the very nature of business very clearly should be mentioned, and date of commencement of business, when they are going to start the partnership business. Then duration of the firm. In some cases, like construction of a bridge or construction of a house, if partnership is formed, then it may be for a particular period of time, maybe 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, like that. So that duration must be mentioned in the partnership deed. Profit sharing ratio, in which ratio they are going to share the profits or bear the losses. So that is one of the contents. The next one is capital contributed. How much capital is contributed by each of the partners, like Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C. Mr. A has contributed 1 lakh, Mr. B has contributed 50,000, like that. That should be mentioned in the partnership deed. Many other contents can be included here, like procedure for admission of a partner, procedure for retirement of a partner, procedure when one partner expires, procedure for closure of the firm or dissolution of partnership firm, like that, depending upon the type of business and the contents that are to be included in the deed, that should be included in the partnership deed. So the terms and conditions that are mentioned in the partnership agreement or deed is called contents of partnership deed. So in the examination they may ask you, mention any two types of any two contents of partnership deed. Then you should mention any of the contents, whichever is mentioned here. So make sure in board exam they may ask you either one content of partnership deed for 1 mark or two contents of partnership deed. So you must be aware of these things. Better to remember name and address of the firm, name and address of the partners. Very simple. Same thing, you can use it as two contents. Full 2 marks will be given for that. So this is about contents of partnership deed. Now let us know something about special provisions relevant for accounting. So remember, this is one of the practical oriented questions. They will ask you for 5 marks. They will give you contents like this, items like this, and you have to answer how will you treat the items in the absence of partnership deed? The question will be asked like this: how will you treat the following in the absence of partnership deed? So they will give you a profit sharing ratio. So if there is no term in the partnership deed, if nothing is mentioned in the partnership deed regarding sharing of profits, then how will you treat profit sharing ratio? If nothing is mentioned in the partnership deed regarding sharing of profits or bearing of losses, then profit should be shared equally among the partners. It should be shared equally among the partners. Remember this very clearly. You should write equally. Then interest on capital. Interest on capital in the sense the capital contributed by the partners at the commencement of the business or any additional capital introduced by the partners. So on that, whether interest should be allowed or not. If in the partnership deed interest on capital clause is not included, it is not there, then whether interest should be paid or not. In this case, if there is no provision if there is no content in the partnership deed, interest on capital should not be allowed, not to be paid, or not allowed. You have to write in the board exam. But remember, friends, interest on capital will be provided. Interest on capital will be provided only if there is profit to the firm. Even if interest on capital clause is there in the partnership deed, even after that, if there is a loss in the business, interest on capital should not be provided. So, interest on capital should be provided only when there is sufficient profit for the firm. If there is no profit, no interest on capital should be provided, even if it is mentioned in the partnership deed. So, here you should write not allowed. In the absence of partnership deed, then interest on capital should not be allowed. Then interest on drawings, like partner will get interest on his capital that is contributed by him from the firm. In the same way, if the partner needs any money in between the accounting year, that is called drawings made by the partner. That is drawings made by the partner. So, like the partner is getting interest on his capital contributed, in the same way, whatever amount the partner is drawing from the firm, on that also partner is supposed to pay interest to the firm. So, that is the reciprocal like. So, in this here, the partner need not pay any interest on drawings made by him if partnership deed is absent, or if there is no agreement among the partners in writing. Then if there is no partnership deed, interest on drawings should not be charged by the firm, because it is an income to the firm on the money drawn by the partner. The partner is supposed to pay interest to the company, that is firm. So it is an income to the firm. But if there is no partnership deed, interest on drawing should not be charged. Remember the word that is here, should not be allowed, because this is paid by the firm to the partner, interest on capital. But here interest on drawings is given by the partner to the firm on the drawings made by him. So this should not be charged. You should write not to be charged. Not to be charged. Then next one is interest on loan or advances. Remember friends, this is interest on loan means loan given by the partner to the firm. It is not the loan given by the firm to the partner. It is advance made by the partner to the firm. If there is a need in the business, if the funds are not sufficient to expand the branch or expand the business, then the partners together may come together and they will form an agreement to receive any advance from or loan from the partner. That is called loan advance by the partner to the firm. So interest on loan or interest on advances made by the partner, on that remember the firm must pay 6% interest per annum. at the rate of 6% per annum, interest should be paid by the firm to the partner, because it is the loan taken by the firm from the partner. For that reason, the firm should pay 6% interest on the advance received from the partner. So this is very clear. You should write 6% per annum. 6% per annum. Then remuneration. Remuneration in the sense maybe salary paid to the partner, or commission, or any other amount paid to the partner. Suppose the very definition of partnership says any one of them acting for all or any one of them acting for all. So when one partner, suppose three partners are there, Mr. A, B and C. A manages the entire business, then Mr. A will get some remuneration, may get some remuneration depending upon the agreement between the partners. B and C may agree to pay some salary per month. This much amount will be paid as salary. Like that, some agreement may be made, or some commission on the total profits earned may be given to Mr. A for managing the business. So, in that case, that is called remuneration to the partner. Remember, in the absence of partnership deed, no remuneration should be paid to any partner. Remuneration should not be paid to any partner. If it is mentioned in the deed, then only the partner will get his remuneration. Otherwise, if there is no deed, no remuneration to any partner. You should write not to be paid. Not to be paid. Remember, this is the answer you should write. Any remuneration, if they ask you, that is a salary to partner, or bonus to partner, commission to partner, all are coming under the banner of remuneration. So remember, you should write not to be paid, not to be paid. And two more points are there. If the partner, one or some of the partners, they use the firm's property and earns any profit, then what should be done? The partner or the partners who uses the firm's property and earns any profit, it should be given to the firm by those partners, because they are using the firm's property and they are earning the money. They are earning the profit, and that profit part should be paid to the firm by the partners. And last one is similar business. That is, if any partner engages in the similar business, whatever business the partnership firm is doing, then the profit earned by such partner from similar business should be given to the firm, because a partner cannot compete with the firm. He is one of the owners of the business, so he cannot do the similar business elsewhere and he cannot earn any profit. He should not earn any profit. If it is earned, then it should be handed over to the partnership firm. These are the special provisions regarding, that is, provisions relevant for accounting purpose. So remember, they may ask you question like, in the absence of partnership deed, how will you treat the following, and 5 items will be given. You should write. Remember, if you remember 2 points, that is enough, I think. See, only profit sharing should be equally, then interest on advance or loan should be 6% per annum, and all other points no. See here, like interest on capital not allowed, interest there is remuneration not allowed, interest on drawings not to be charged, like that. So if you remember 2 points, other parts are no. That's all. So this is about special provisions relevant for accounting in partnership firm. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you. Write the assignment. How will you treat the following in the absence of partnership deed? Question is, how will you treat the following in the absence of partnership deed? First one, profit sharing ratio. Second one, interest on capital. Third one, interest on drawings. Fourth one, interest on loan or advances. Last one, remuneration to partner. So you have to write answer for this and you have to submit. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you.